All right, good afternoon, everybody. Today's announcement about the regulations from the Commerce Department and the Treasury Department that sort of govern interactions with Cuba are indicative of that policy change that the President wants to pursue, that essentially normalizing relations with Cuba would allow for greater commerce and greater travel from the United States to that country. Union with individuals that have a large presence on YouTube. And it certainly doesn't take the place. That increased contact with the Cuban people and with the Cuban government would only serve to put more pressure on the Castro regime to abide by, protect, and even advance the basic human rights that we hold dear in this country. It's something that we're going to have to work through. We could have a remarkably successful... This is a decision that was made by the acting director of the Secret Service, Joe Clancy. The White House was not informed in advance. The White House was certainly well aware of the efforts that the director was undertaking to implement some management and leadership reforms at the agency.
Precedent 6 times with House Democrats, once with Senate Democrats, that it was at least partially or fully.
The White House, the West Wing, and even the President is certainly very supportive of Mr. Clancy's efforts to reform the agency, consistent with the goal of trying to strengthen the ability of that agency to perform the very important work that they do on a daily basis.
Are there active discussions?
The United States works very closely with the British on a whole range of counterterrorism measures, including cyber threat and cybersecurity policies. We work closely with them to share information and to monitor the efforts of others from around the world to use the internet to carry out acts of terror or to launch cyber attacks against public or private entities in this country or in the United Kingdom. And so there are some steps that the President can take administratively. As a value statement, I think that our British counterparts would agree that it is imperative that we properly balance the need for government intelligence agencies and national security agencies to have access to certain kinds of information to try to protect their citizens. At the same time, it is critically important for the government to protect the privacy of their citizens. Sit down with some Democrats and talk to them about his priorities for the upcoming legislative session. I do remain optimistic that conversations with the British Prime Minister and in the Cybersecurity Summit a month later will allow us to make some progress in trying to suss out policies that will appropriately strike a balance between those two values.
Question about tomorrow?